morning guys, I have turned 20 and I also have an exam today, so I thought I'll take you guys along with me and I will be telling you guys 20 things that I learned at 20. The first thing I learned is that self-discipline is the key to success, because when you're self-disciplined you do things even when you don't feel like doing it. So how you can inculcate self-discipline is by thinking of the rewards. Like if I go to the gym, if I wake up early in the morning, what are the rewards I'm getting for it? So that will help you be more disciplined in life. Hey guys, I'm done with my exam. I just came to class because I'm hungry. I don't have lunch, but I have snacks to eat. So my exam went well. I had DL, deep learning. I wrote well, completed everything. Now I'm just gonna eat. We have freshers in college, so I'm just walking around helping because I'm a council member. Now we're gonna go see the rangolis. I am in the bus now guys. I am exhausted. I thought I'll give you guys lesson number 2 and 3 of what I learned. One is that it is okay to fail, because you are going to experience failure, so you're not always going to be winning. So it is alright to fail because you're going to learn from it. And the third one is stop comparing yourself to others, because everyone is good at something, everyone has their own talents. So stop comparing yourself and only focus on working on yourself. Now I am just gonna go home and I have to pack because I'm traveling. I'll tell you guys that in the next video. But yeah, I have to pack and we'll probably bake something. So let's go home. I am back home guys, and as you can see I am in the kitchen because this is baking with Ria. I wanted to bake cookies actually, and I went to the store to get the items, but I did not get what I wanted. But I found this, and it's just a chocolate cake mix, and it looks really simple and easy to make. So this is what we're gonna be making now. Before we start baking, I'm gonna give you guys lesson number 4 and 5. And that is, first, do not rely on others for your happiness, and the next one is self-love should be a priority. So I feel like you can find ways to make yourself happy by doing things you love, by doing hobbies that you enjoy, by baking. So anything that you enjoy and will make you happy, you can do it to make yourself happy, and do not expect others to do it for you. I got this in the box, and in the instructions it says I should mix this in a bowl with milk and vegetable oil and then mix it to make a batter. So let's do that now. Fill the packet with ghee instead of oil. We're gonna pour it into our mix. Look at the ghee guys. Next we have some milk. We're gonna mix this now to make a nice batter. I think our batter is ready guys. It looks perfect, and it's never been this perfect when I make cake. I don't have any container, so I got this. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I had it and we're gonna use it to put our batter in this and cook the cake. forgot that I had to boil water in the cooker for 5 minutes and then put the batter in. So now I just put in the water and we're gonna wait. The cake is now in the cooker and we're gonna wait for it to cook. Hopefully it turns out well. I have no idea. I put water in it, but mummy was saying we're supposed to put salt. So I don't know if it's gonna work. I went according to the instructions, and if it doesn't work, it's totally the mistake of whoever manufactured it and not me. So I thought I'll tell you guys some other things that I learned being 20. Another thing I learned is do not trust others easily. I learned this the hard way because when I came in first year, I was innocent. I believed people very easily and I trusted very easily. But do not do that, guys. All I'm asking you is to take time to read people. They might be having good intentions. Not all people out there want bad for you, but do not believe it immediately. Take time to read people, read how they behave with you, and whether they really have good intentions for you in their heart. When you take time to, you will avoid unnecessary problems, unnecessary fights, heartbreak. You will avoid all of it, and you won't invest yourself and then realize you made a really big mistake by trusting others. So that is my tip, to not trust others easily. The next thing I learned is do not be a people pleaser. This is something I learned over the years, that I don't need to be a certain way, I don't need to behave a certain way, or just because my friends like this, I'm going to behave like I do too, just to fit in. I don't want to please people that way, because you want to do what's right for you instead of thinking about whether it's going to please others or not. So this is something I would tell you guys to do as well. Think more about, making people who genuinely love you, making them happy is a different thing. But just trying to please people who don't even care about you just to fit in with them, that's not you. You need to be who you truly are, and let people like you for who you are. The next thing I learned is learn to set boundaries. That is, learn to say no. And this I'm saying in every aspect. If you're getting invited to something you don't want to go, say no. If you're asked to do something for someone you don't feel like doing it for them, say no. Anything it is, if you're asked to spend money for something you don't feel like doing it, learn to say no. Because especially when you have friends and they ask you for something, you feel like you don't want to say no to them. You don't want to do it, but you also don't feel like saying no, or you find it difficult to say no. If they're asking you to come hang out with them, but you actually have more important things to do, it can be difficult to say no. But my advice is you need to learn to set your boundaries now, because your boundaries are what protect you from the others. So you might need time for yourself, you might need time to work on more important things, you might want to save up money. There are a lot of reasons why when you don't feel like doing something, you should say no. Because I have experienced this myself. When I don't say no and I end up doing it, I just regret it and I wish I had the guts to say no. So yeah, you need to learn to say no. Talking about spending money, another thing I've learned is to spend my money wisely. I think this also has come over a period of time. This isn't how I was before, because the minute I got any money, all I thought of was spending it. I used to spend it on reading storybooks because I love storybooks. So the minute I got any pocket money, I would just spend it. So now I've become more mindful of where I'm spending my money and how much I'm spending. And I feel like now I find it more important to save my money, because it makes me feel better that I've saved this much money. Another reason why I do it is because maybe there's something that is more expensive that I want to buy, or I don't want to waste money spending it on something that is not as useful to me. So saving it is really helpful when I want to buy something more important or something I've been looking forward to for a long time. I get the satisfaction of buying it by saving all that money myself. So you guys also need to learn to start practicing how to save your money, how to avoid spending unnecessarily. Another lesson I learned is do not let your insecurities control you. Everyone has their own insecurities. It could be their appearance, it could be anything about themselves, the way they talk, or I don't know, something in their nature that they dislike or they're insecure about. And it is okay, completely okay to have insecurities. I have insecurities too. But do not let that control you, or do not let that define you. And do not let others define you by your insecurities. So, suppose you feel like you're insecure about your weight. It's fine to be insecure, but do not let it control you, in a sense that do not let it stop you from doing things that you feel like doing. Suppose you feel like wearing something, go ahead and wear it. Do not let your insecurity stop you. And do not let people talking about or making fun of your insecurity make you feel worse, because I know that can happen. When someone makes fun of your insecurity, it makes you feel even more insecure, even more self-conscious. So do not let people get to you, because again, you are unique with your insecurities and everything, and people who are making fun of that are only bullies. You do not want to let people bully you like that. So embrace your insecurities is all I'll say. Guys, I'm hearing like crackling sounds from the, what do you call it, the box in which I put the batter. I have no idea if things are burning in there. I'm really nervous to see how this turns out. The kitchen is smelling really good, so I'm hoping the cake is ready. Let's check. It still looks like it's not completely done, or I did it wrong. I don't know, guys. It's been 10 minutes, guys. Let's hope it's done now. Our cake is cooked, guys. It looks delicious, but it's really hot, and the instructions said that it should sit and cool down for another 30 minutes. I'm gonna wait another 10 minutes for it to cool down. Anyway, I'll tell you guys some more about what I learned. I think I've told you guys around 10 lessons I've learned so far. So moving on to the next lessons, two of these go hand in hand. That is, first, to be your own cheerleader, and second, to cut out the negativity. So be your own cheerleader, as in, do not expect others to cheer for you. I think I said this in another video, that instead of wanting others to cheer for you and others to push you forward, give you motivation, you can learn to do it yourself. Like, reward yourself. If you accomplish something, achieve something, or you did something good that you are proud of, then you should reward yourself for it. And second is motivate yourself. Like, when you have someone cheering on the sidelines, there are people who are going to be cheering you on. But if you are demotivated yourself, if you don't feel cheered up yourself, then others telling you is not going to affect you as much. It needs to come from within you. So only when you are cheering from within, like, yes, keep going, you can do it, come on, until then you're not going to be listening to others, and you won't be able to do anything else then. So you need to be your own cheerleader. And the second one is cut out the negativity. That is for those who are not cheering for you. So you need to learn to cut them out, cut out the noise. Do not listen to those who do not support you, or who talk ill of you or spread negativity, because the negativity is only going to drain you. It is only going to pull you down, and it is not going to help you grow. So you need to leave that negativity behind, and you need to learn to ignore it and cut it out. Like, you know what they say, you hear it from one ear, remove it from the other. So that is what you need to do, and that also comes with a lot of practice, with a lot of mental discipline, to not let others' words affect you. But it is something that is totally achievable. The next thing I'm going to say is it is okay to ask for help. You may need help for something physical, something mentally related, like you're not able to cope with problems and you need someone to talk to, or it can just be something that you're not able to understand, or you are learning something but you're not getting it, or you need help understanding it. There is no shame in asking for help when you need it, because this is something you're doing for yourself, this is something you're doing for your growth. So why do you have to feel ashamed about the fact that you're trying to grow as a person, you're trying to learn new things? In fact, you need to be proud about it. So what if someone knows more, or if you're asking for help? It just means that once you ask for help, you are going to get to that position of having that knowledge, and it is okay to ask for it. So this is also something that I've learned over the years, that I should not feel ashamed or even feel shy to ask for help. Instead, I should always reach out when I need it. Guys, I could not wait. Forget 30 minutes. I could not wait 10 minutes to eat this. It's been so long since I had cake. Another thing that I've learned while dealing with people is, of course, you're going to have problems, you're going to have fights, because every person is different. Every person, might not match with you all the time, or might not see eye to eye with you. So when I have experienced such things, I have learned that communication is key. This is something I have grown and evolved into. Instead of, just the immature way of handling it is, oh, I'm going to block the person, I'm going to ignore the person, I'm going to leave them on scene, or just in your ego, not wanting to sort it out, not wanting to talk about it. I feel like that is really immature. Instead, communication. So if there is something that someone did that it upsets me, I'm not going to go complain about it. I'm just going to say it as it is. Like, see, you did something, this is what upset me, this is what hurt me. And if they can understand you, well and good. If they can't understand you in that moment, just give it time. Maybe they'll understand, it'll take them time to understand, or they might not understand it at all. You can stop putting efforts when they refuse to understand. But I feel like the first step is communication. Anything, literally anything that you're dealing with, if you sit down and talk to another person and communicate with them, it will solve a lot of your problems, a lot of fights, conflicts, and you will feel much better. Another reason why I do this is, you will notice when you're holding a grudge against someone, you are irritated. You look at the person, you feel irritated. You're thinking about the person, you're feeling irritated. It's like you're causing self-harm. You're constantly thinking about them and you're just in a bad mood. So instead, I just think, why do I want to overthink so much? Why do I want to put myself through this? I am just going to go sort it out, clarify it with the person. It's okay to be the bigger person. It doesn't always have to be like they should come approach me, they should come and talk to me. No, it's fine to be the bigger person, because in a way you're also doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your mental peace, for not dwelling on it, moving on in life, basically. So it is okay to reach out first and communicate whatever you feel. I feel like if everyone were to communicate and deal with it maturely, I think this is the mature way of doing it. If everyone were to do it, there would be a lot less fights between people. So that is the tip that I would give you guys. This cake is so good right now, and it's like a perfect snack right now. Am I tempting you guys with cake? I'm tempting y'all to go get cake tomorrow. The next lesson I learned is that only you can take control of your life. I think you guys must have heard that kahavat that you can take a horse till the water but you can't make it drink. That is exactly how I feel it is for all of us. Our parents might force us, our friends might influence us, or people in our lives do play a role in whether we're focused or whether we're not. But at the end of the day, I think it's only you who can take control of which direction your life is gonna go. For example, if you feel like you're not doing enough, only you can push yourself to get out of your comfort zone and learn new things, push yourself and take control of your life. No one else can make you do everything that you can, because you have free will and only you can do it if you have the will to do it. Along with this, another aspect is, do not be afraid of taking risks and do not be afraid of going out of your comfort zone. So I know that suppose you're shy about speaking on stage, you might feel like taking part in something is like taking a huge risk or going out of your comfort zone. You won't be able to do it. But then, as I said, you can take control of your life. So you don't need to be afraid of it. Instead, you need to face it. You need to push yourself to go out of your comfort zone, to take risks, because bigger risk, bigger reward. You're learning and you're accomplishing a lot more when you do take that risk. And I think one thing that helps me is preparing in advance. For example, I'm not telling you that if you're afraid of doing something, you jump into it immediately. That's not how it works. Instead, you have to slowly let go of your fear. So how you can do that is by preparing in advance. Like suppose you want to be a good speaker or you want to speak on stage. If I push you directly onto the stage, maybe you might be too afraid to face it. Instead, you need to start with small steps. Like, you need to have the desire within you that I want to change this about myself. So I'm going to practice every day. I'm going to look in the mirror and I'm going to talk and practice how I'm going to speak so that I can feel more bold. Then I'm going to speak to people around me. I'm going to start with smaller audiences to speak to, and then I will gather the courage and confidence to speak on stage. So everything, guys, everything that you achieve in life is not a one-time wonder thing. It is something that you work on, people work on for months, for years, and that's when they achieve it. So I'm not saying jump out of your comfort zone immediately. I'm saying that you need to start working on it, because when you start working on it, you are actually making your dream into a reality. So that would be my advice, that you need to plan and you also need to put in the desire and the effort to act on it and get yourself out and take risks and push yourself. The next thing is to show kindness. I think all of us need to practice kindness, show kindness to humans, to each other, to animals as well, to nature around you. You need to, be kind so that you can receive kindness in return. And being kind also gives you a kind of happiness that nothing else can. So a kind word to someone, a kind gesture, helping those in need, acts of kindness like this will go a long way, and they help build and shape you into a better person in the future. Another thing I learned is that gratitude can change your perspective. If you show gratefulness for the things you have instead of cribbing over the things that you don't have or crying over something that you wish you had, you will feel much better. Your perspective towards life will change, and instead of always being grumpy and unhappy, you will be happy and thankful for everything that you have in life. The next one is, tell your loved ones that you love them. I know in today's time it's not that common to say I love you to people that you actually love. I have no idea why, but I say that you should always express your love. First, because it's really nice to hear. If someone comes and says that to you, it feels really good. And secondly, because you never know what can happen the next day. So do not live in the regret of losing someone and then thinking I didn't get to say I love you enough to them. While they're alive, while they're here with you, you need to say it and make them feel loved and special. The last thing I learned is that your health is everything. Your physical health, your mental health, if that isn't good, nothing else will fall into place. Neither will your mindset be right, neither will your physical health be right. You will not be able to do the things that you wish to do. Physically, you won't be able to, you'll be tired, and you won't have the same energy that you would have if you're physically fit. And mentally also, if you don't have the right mindset, then you're not going to be able to be focused or driven or have any desire. So taking care of your physical and your mental health is of utmost importance, more than anything else. Do not overwork yourself, overpressure yourself, give in to what other people say, or let anything else affect your physical or mental health. If there is anything like that, you need to remove it from your life immediately and focus on your health the most. I have eaten more cake than I should have, but that's okay. There's still like so much left, so that's for tomorrow. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. So if you did like it, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. Okay, bye.